This is not a spaceship. It's a Juicero, a $700 juicer. And this is the moment a $120 million startup became a punchline. Welcome to the story of Juicero, the kinda brilliant but definitely useless startup that burned through over $120 million in less than a year. So where did it all go wrong? And what can we learn from this? Let's go back to the beginning. It's 2012. Everyone in California is either microdosing, funding something, or going on a juice cleanse. Or at least posting on Insta about it. Hashtag YOLO. And this is Doug Evans. He's been running Organic Avenue since 2002, which he co-founded with his partner, Denise Mary. Organic Avenue was one of the first exclusively organic, plant-based, raw, vegan, ripe, and fresh retail chains in the US. It was early, it was bold, and it was exactly what the raw food elite didn't know they needed. Well, except Gwyneth. Gwyneth
You can
knew.
always get an IV too. That's a very good hangover trick.
But by 2012, Organic Avenue had sold to financial investors who told Doug to take a walk. And so in January 2013, while Doug was taking said walk, he realized he had a big problem.
And then the day they had controlling interest, they told us to go take a walk. And so in January 2013, I had a big problem, which was how was I going to get my juice?
But hold on, why was Doug so obsessed with juice in the first place?
Really, there's juice in my vein.
Well, to understand that,
My mom died of cancer. My father died of heart disease. My aunts, uncles, and grandparents all died. And then my brother developed diabetes, heart disease, and had the first of 2 strokes. And I was scared for my own mortality. My light bulb moment was when I realized that people who had a home juicer used them once or twice a month. But when people had an espresso machine, they used it once or twice a day. And I said, if I could take that level of convenience, but do it with fresh organic produce, I could change the world.
now Doug had the mission.
Juicero's mission is to help people consume more fresh fruits and vegetables so they can live their healthiest lives.
He just needed to find a way. He imagined a device that would be the first at-home cold-pressed juicing system and would bring cold-pressed juice to the masses. And of course, he would be the Steve Jobs of juicing.
I'm going to do what Steve did. I'm going to take the mainframe computer and create a personal computer. I'm going to take a mainframe juice press and I'm going to create a personal juice press. And my original design was supposed to be easy to clean.
And Steve being the Steve.
The
Jobs.
Steve, yeah.
Right.
It would be no mess, no prep, and no decisions about what veggies or fruit to pick up before your morning run around the Cali Hills. All you'd have to do was scan, squeeze, and sip. 4 founding rounds, 120 million raised from the likes of Google Ventures, Kleiner Perkins, Kobe Bryant, and Campbell Soup, 1,200 days of development, and 12 prototypes later, the Juicero was finally born. The packaging was beautiful, the branding immaculate, and the over-engineered, Wi-Fi-enabled QR scanning DRM machine that would be accessible to every American struggling to meet their daily vegetable intake, retailing at only $700, completely unnecessary.
Hold on, wait for it, wait for it.
I think it waits a little bit. Oh! Wow! What a feeling!
As you can see, this is a longer video than we expected. Let's go. Wait for it, wait for it. Wait for it, wait for it. Alright, we're almost
jet
there.
lagged.
We're almost there, Mom. We're almost there.
Yeah. Wow.
Look at that. Look at that.
This is like a blood IV packet. Like, there's nothing appetizing about this.
With 50 engineers, 7 food scientists, and 12 PhDs on the product development team, Juicero somehow managed to create the most overcomplicated miracle of engineering, whose only threat was a set of human fingers.
It's not even squeezing yet, man. Oh my god.
Too bad none of them had read the Lean Startup. The first chapter alone could have saved them about $119 million.
The idea here is that we want to take the minimum set of features that is necessary to get the early customers for a product, to give us validation that our long-term vision actually makes sense. So,
Which is especially awkward considering Eric Ries, the guy who wrote it, was a venture advisor for Kleiner Perkins, one of Juicero's primary investors. But anyway, lean or not, that was only half the problem for Juicero, because the $700 machine they had spent years developing wasn't really a juicer at all. It was only the platform.
So fresh that it shouldn't even be called juice. It should just be called, I don't know, squashed produce, because that's what it is. Squashed produce, because that's what it is.
How does it work?
No idea.
Here's how it worked. With Juicero, you didn't buy the produce, you bought packs. Only their packs. Pre-cut, pre-defeated fruit sealed in proprietary packs that had to be scanned and approved before applying a glorious, data-driven squeeze in the proprietary machine. All of this, of course, for only $35 a week for a 5-pack subscription. Oh, and if your Wi-Fi was down for whatever reason that day, no juice for you, baby. Okay, so we also forgot that you couldn't juice the $7 packet you bought, even if it was 1 minute over the expiration date. Really. The machine just wouldn't let
And
you.
it still won't work. Why? The packets are expired. Yeah, that's right. All of the packets are scanned and checked whether or not they've expired in the cloud, and if they have, it's not like a carton of milk that you can drink it a day or two late. It just won't juice them.
So, in theory, Doug was still true to his original mission.
Juicero's mission is to help people consume more fresh fruits and vegetables.
Assuming those masses lived in a smart home, had $700 to spare, and were emotionally ready to subscribe to spinach for $2,000 a year. And it's important to note that the company had invested significantly on the quality and sourcing side of ingredients, building a complete farm-to-glass operation to ensure quality.
From organic farms.
From farms directly. So we don't store, I mean, that's another big insight, is we don't store produce in there. We basically get the orders through the internet. We break them into the individual recipes. They get concatenated, and then we say, oh, we need 500 pounds of spinach. Which farmer has the spinach? We source from them, and then they harvest, chop, and then send to us in refrigerated trucks. And then when it comes into our plant, we triple wash it. So every ingredient, we use about 20 ingredients, gets washed in a different manner. So you wash the carrots different than the spinach, even different than the romaine, different from the celery. So everything gets washed. And then we have a specific size reduction technique that we use. So for example, pineapple gets chopped to 1/2-inch chunks, but spinach goes into 1/16 of an inch chunks.
Okay.
So basically we're opening up the cell walls.
Which was actually pretty great for anyone looking for truly fresh, cold-pressed juice. Juicero could have skipped the ego engineering and focused on an accessible price point for the machine, but they didn't, and by then, it was already too late. By 2016, Juicero was running out of a 111,000 square foot facility, had over 200 employees, and was burning through $7 million a month. All while selling their now discounted $399 machine at a huge loss. So, in October of 2016, Doug stepped
Things
down.
that, like certain dreams I had, were shattered, right?
Former Coca-Cola president Jeff Dunn became the new CEO of Juicero. But even Dunn couldn't save the media storm that was building. In April 2017, Bloomberg delivered the final blow. A 1-minute video showing how easily it was to squeeze the proprietary Juicero packs with just your hands. In less than 24 hours, the video had gone viral. One day later, a note from Juicero's new CEO dropped, reassuring users that Juicero is still firmly committed to its mission of solving some of our nation's nutrition and obesity challenges, and also politely asks users to please stop hacking their system by squeezing the packs with their hands. Why? Because apparently Juicero does it better. Funny thing is, the clothes bringer, this thing over here that was invented in 1888, was also pretty great at squeezing things. And it probably could have done what Juicero spent 4 years and $120 million trying to do. The biggest lesson Juicero has to teach us is that maybe sometimes innovation isn't about adding features or trying to reinvent the wheel. It's about understanding what people actually need and can use. 4 months later, the company filed for bankruptcy, while Doug was out disappearing into the windstorm of Burning Man. Today, Juicero is history. The only version of the juicing system that ever sold out is the one buried in the crypt of the dead startup toys. But Doug Evans is not done. After Juicero, he went on to capitalize off the next best liquid he could think of: water. Overpriced, sketchily sourced, unfiltered raw spring water with a side of FDA warnings. And while Juicero may be gone, its motherboard lives on, in Doug's heart and in his LinkedIn banner.